We're here down in Oxford Mills. I'm Josh Wiltshire, project manager for Urbacity Design Build. Today we're building a single family custom home, and it's quite large, 7,000 square feet, and it's got 3 primary suites. I'm going to take you through a tour, show you some of the things we're working on and some things coming up. So we started about a week ago. First thing we had to do was remove all the topsoil. It was frozen, but we got a little bit lucky with the weather this year. So we've pulled it all aside, sacked it all, and we're going to be reusing it for the grading. Next thing we had to do is bring in almost 6 feet of clear stone, and we've used a bit of mix of 2- and some clear to help build up the pad and get us some water drainage on all the 4 sides. So we've been doing that over the past week. We've had a bit of snow, a bit of weather, but we've worked through it. We've been tarping the process. And so now we've started working on the raised section on the internal slab on grade. I'll explain in a minute about how that works. So first thing we had to do was bring this road in. So right from the main road, we've got this S section here, and we turn in. This is the edge of the garage right here. Main house is all behind me, and we're working right now on building up the internal slab for the house. There's 3 primary suites in the house. This is a little bit unique in that there are multiple generations of the family living in the same home. So we have 3 primary suites in each of the corners. The main garage is right here. We have kitchen and living room in the middle as a kind of center area. There's also kids' rooms on the backside over behind where the excavator is now. I'll take you around, show you some of the stuff we've been working on. You can see here the surveyor was here last week, pinned all our corners. Right now we have our strings laid out for exactly where everything is going to go, and we're doing our raised section. Doug from DSI Williams is doing a great job of sloping all the banks and making sure that we have our pad nice and level, ready to start plumbing as early as next week. Looking forward a little bit, next week we're going to be starting our forming. It's a 2-foot raised edge, slab on grade, almost 7,000 square feet. And we're hoping to pour that by end of week after next. So lots of stuff going on. Weather's been kind of cooperating, but it's been a little bit difficult. We're working through it. So what you want to do is set up a secondary string line. So you pin from your 2 corners that you know are good, and set your string right here, and then that'll allow you to straighten your wall as you go. You intentionally want to be just on the inside because the weight of the concrete is going to push it straight. And then as we go and as we pour, we'll straighten everything up again just to double check. It really doesn't have to be this good, but we're just building to a much higher level, so that's what we're going to do. It honestly, lesser builders would have it all wavy and everything like that, and it really doesn't matter because you'll straighten your wall on top, but I want to get it perfect, so I'm just putting the hitch on my truck. So we dropped the trailer the other day because the bit of snow was backed up, and we're just going to move it over to the parking pad here so we can set up our generator and our washroom and keep everybody heated and warm. Uh-oh. You don't go no more.
Oh, we're too... Oh, shoot.
Andrew's little tiny Tonka truck.
Yeah. We didn't put a block on it.
No, we didn't.
That's okay.
Oh, we can maybe lift this. All right, come here, girlfriend. No way. Okay. I like your work boots. Shiny as shit.
Thanks.
I love it. Holy shit, what am I hitting? Kept slipping on something over there, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So you can see right here that the perimeter of the slab needs to be much thicker to accommodate the load of the exterior walls, but the interior slab doesn't have any weight on it, so we're fine to pour a much thinner slab. So what we're doing is filling all this center area with stone. We've already laid everything out flat and trued everything up, so we're right on grade, but we have to fill in this interior part, which is what Doug's working on right now. This is the foam I was talking about earlier. 18 inches here, so it's 6 inches there. We set our wall right where that is, right there. And then these 2 are 15M bars, and this is welded wire mesh that we'll put into the slab as we pour and just lift it up a little bit so it's not touching the bottom. Because you don't want your rebar touching the bottom. And the surveyor comes around, marks these corners for us so we know where each of the corners are, and we're able to measure off of there and lay everything out accordingly. So they've been following the pins around, marking things off. You can see our string line set here all the way down the back wall, and that helps us set our corners, and then from there, it's just a matter of laying out with the fancy new tool I just bought him. So this house is built with a slab on grade. It's a little bit unique in Canada. We do have a lot of insulation details, vapor barriers we have to deal with. So along the perimeter, there's a 2-foot raised section, and it actually slopes up into a 6-inch section in the middle because you don't need that much concrete in the middle. There's no structural loads on it. So the first thing we're gonna do once the pad is prepared is put down 2 inches of SM insulation. It's gonna double as our vapor barrier because we're gonna tape all the seams. From there, we're gonna install radiant floor heating. The entire place is heated by radiant. And we also have an air source heat pump for our cooling and supplementary heating. There's also a gas backup generator that's going to run the heating just in case of power outages. So one of the first things we're doing is building this raised pad in the middle. The excavator behind me is doing that right now, where he is bringing everything up so that we're pouring a 6-inch slab with a 2-foot thickening all the way around the perimeter of the building. There's double 15M rebar in the perimeter of that exterior trench, and we're doing 6-inch welded wire mesh along the entire slab to help reinforce it. So that's gonna wrap up the tour for this week. Not a lot to show, we're still working our way out of the ground. Next things are rough-in plumbing, hydronic heating, insulation, forming. We'll be pouring the slab in the next couple weeks. Then we get to framing. A lot more exciting, a lot more stuff going up. We'll see you next time.